So you're presented with a Shakespearean poem that looks just like this. Same one we talked about on the board, Sonnet 18. And you freak out. You see all these words that you don't know, that you don't recognize, and you don't know where to go. You just can't do it. But we already talked about what you need to do first, and that's to divide it up structurally. When you divide it up structurally into quatrains, it makes it smaller. It's not as overwhelming. And that is exactly how you should figure out what it means. Take it quatrain by quatrain. Not necessarily line by line. Shakespeare didn't work that way. He used each quatrain as a unit of meaning. So we're going to go through quatrain 1, quatrain 2, and then I'm going to leave you to do the other two, quatrain 3 and the couplet on your own. Okay, so the first thing that you should do is read it out loud. Get a feel for Shakespeare's words. How do they sound? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? So he's starting the sonnet out with a question, a pretty simple question. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? We have to determine who the I is. Well, let's remember that Shakespeare is the poet, but he's probably not the I. He's just this speaker. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? What does thee mean? Thee is you. So shall I compare you to a summer's day? Pretty simple. Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Well, what does that mean? It means you are lovelier and more temperate. Well, how do you figure a typical summer day is? Rain showers, hot heat waves, temperate. Do you want somebody that you love to be temperate? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. So the speaker's love is better than a summer's day? Is that what he's saying? Is he just reasoning it out? Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May. So if I compare you to a summer's day, essentially, well, what am I saying here? In May, rough winds do shake the darling buds of May. Are you better or worse than this? And summer's leave hath all too short a day. Is it a wise thing to compare you to a summer's day when it's over quickly? After 3 months, summer's over. Probably not. So what's the full meaning of this quatrain overall? How could you break it into a sentence? Shall I compare you to a summer's day when it's illogical, it's temperate, sometimes it's not that pretty, and it's short? Let's look at the second quatrain. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines. Well, this sounds familiar. He's talking about hot, heaven shines, heaven, is that sun? So sometimes a summer day is too warm. And often is his gold complexion dimmed. Not only is it too hot, but sometimes it gets cloudy. So it's so overbearingly bright, and then it becomes dimmed. An evening fair from fair sometimes decline. Sometimes a beautiful day or a beautiful evening will turn into a bad storm. By chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. Really, weather is temperamental. Do I want to compare the person I love to something that's so temperamental?